YouTube, what's going on? Kyle again from ePoolSupply. Today we are back with some quick fix videos for you guys on Pentair's Racer Pressure Side Pool Cleaner. This will work for both the Racer regular model as well as the Racer LS. Stay tuned as we dive right in. All right guys, so we're back. So again, today we're going to do some quick fix videos for you on Pentair's Racer Pressure Side Pool Cleaner. This will work for the original Racer model as well as the Racer LS. Today we want to actually show you guys how to remove the tail sweep from the cleaner. So one huge thing that I really like about Pentair in this version of the cleaner is that it actually gives you a quick disconnect on the tail sweep itself. So if you guys aren't familiar with what a tail sweep does, you guys can actually see here's the full-size tail sweep. The whole purpose of this is as the water's coming in through the top, it's actually going to feed out through this tube, and it actually comes out the back end of the tail sweep hose here. And so the whole purpose is that this thing will wiggle back and forth behind the cleaner and actually blow dirt and debris around, as well as using this harder sponge to kind of help scrub the bottom of the floor to help kick up any other pebbles that may just be kind of in between the cracks on your pebble tech, or just if you've got smaller pebbles with a plaster, this thing will actually help knock them around so that when the cleaner does come back around, it will pick it up using the venturi here on the cleaner. So if for some reason the entire hose disconnects from the cleaner, this portion of what I'm showing you guys will not work. It's a different piece, and we're going to talk about that here as we go. But if you guys are looking to just remove the tail sweep, maybe you guys aren't a big fan of it, maybe it's not necessary in your pool, you don't want to use it, they do give you the option to actually plug the hole that actually will release the water outside of the back of the cleaner. So it is like a twist lock here on the back of the cleaner. In a second, it actually just kind of pushes and twists. So as you guys can see, it has like little locking mechanisms here that'll actually attach to the tail sweep connection on the back. So no matter what, if you don't have a tail sweep, you will need a plug. So you can't run it without one or the other. It has to have one or the other in order to make the cleaner work properly. So they do give you this cool little cap that is essentially about the same thing as the connection point here that's already pre-attached to the tail sweep. So the cap, the only difference is it doesn't actually have a hole here, so it's not going to shoot any water through the tube. Its whole purpose is just to go onto the cleaner and just cap it, so then that way you guys don't have to worry about a tail sweep on the cleaner itself. So if you guys want to cap it, that's all you're going to do. It's going to come as an accessory in the package with the cleaner. If you guys are looking to just remove the tail sweep, maybe to do some finer adjustments, or maybe to replace the actual hose itself, you will need to remove the actual hose clamp here, which if you guys have seen any of the other videos, these are not your typical, they're not your typical, what's the word I'm looking at? Can you crop this?
Just keep going. We can do a fade.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's not your typical zip tie.
Hold on. We'll do 3, 2, 1, and then okay, this is not and we'll just do a fade.
Okay.
So, all right, so 3, 2.
All right, so it is not your typical zip tie. They actually are designated hose clamps that are a separate purchasable part, which we do have available in the link below. But they are a different version of a zip tie where they just come together with like teeth, so they make it easier for you to attach using your fingers instead of having to feed the zip tie around. The one big thing that you need to get these off is a flathead screwdriver, because essentially what you're trying to do is you're going to separate the teeth and try to push apart the hose clamp in order for it to come apart on the edge of the tail sweep here. So one big thing is that they typically don't use these anywhere else on the cleaner. It's typically just on the tail sweep here. So let me just go ahead and remove this one for you guys so you guys can see it. So because I don't have it attached to the cleaner, it's a little bit more difficult to do with the screwdriver. So I just kind of use my fingertips. All you're looking to do is kind of push back and forth on the hose clamp in order for it to come off. And as you guys can see here, here's the teeth that I was discussing. So when you guys are actually reinstalling a new one, it's really nice. All you're doing is you're grabbing each side and you're just pushing it together so that it grabs and clamps around the hose. So if for some reason the hose actually tears and you need to replace the full tail sweep, When you do purchase a new one, it's not going to come with this new adapter piece. So again, that's a different part that you will need to purchase. It won't come with the tail sweep. So this one's actually on there pretty good, so I'm not gonna bother trying to tear this off. But if it does shear at the plastic here, or if your hose breaks in any other place, unfortunately you do have to buy an entire new part. And you do want to make sure that when you do that, that you do have a new hose clamp to go ahead and wrap around this connection point to make sure that it doesn't slip off, because you have really high pressure when you're turning on the separate booster pump here to operate these, and you want to make sure everything's nice and tight, otherwise this thing's just going to blow right back off the edge of the cleaner. So if you guys have replaced it, you got everything fixed, your hose clamps back on, all you're simply going to do is just go ahead and feed this connector back on. It kind of will fall into place, so if you're not feeling it at one point, just kind of slowly twist it back and forth so it sinks all the way up to the actual back of the cleaner, and then you're just going to turn it once clockwise and it'll actually stop and it's locked, and you can go ahead and kind of give it a little tug to make sure that it won't actually come off the cleaner, and then you're good to go. So again, today we just want to show you guys the two options with your tail sweep, give you a little explanation of the tail sweep, how to fix it if you continue to want to use your tail sweep, or how to use the actual plug if you're not interested in using the tail sweep, not necessary for your application, whatever it may be, to use this other plug to make sure everything works together. So again, I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. We have all these products available on our website for purchase for you guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe. We got a ton more videos coming your way. Kyle with ePoolSupply. We'll see you next time.